Hi, guys. Welcome to the AMP podcast. This is season 2, episode 8, and we're calling this Safe and Sound, which is kind of fun and cute because we're joined by Dianna Silver with Safe Pro Home Warranty. And our other guest is Dana Kitchin, who is also on our AMP leadership team. So, welcome, Dianna. We really appreciate it. Glad that you're here. Please download these and watch them and put them on all your special platforms. We're on Apple, iHeart. Check out the AMP podcast, Agent Mentorship Platform podcast. Dianna, we have to ask, how did you end up getting into the home warranty business? Because we've chatted before, and you spent quite a bit of your life in merchandising and retail. So bring us up to date on when you got into home warranties.
It was almost 11 years ago. I was at the time an assistant brand manager for a Steve Madden brand based here in Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to move that brand back to Long Island. So I was out of a job. I was friends with a realtor at the time who said, "Why don't you try out home warranties?" And I didn't know what a home warranty was. Who really does know what a home
No one
warranty
knows what it
is?
is.
Hopefully
They will
they're-
after today.
That's right. That is right. So they will, so at the time I interviewed, and then look, almost 11 years later, here
Yeah.
I am, still selling home warranties, just different company.
Yeah, so you started with a different company, and then, as I understand it, you and a partner of yours started Safe Pro.
Correct. He was a realtor, decided he wanted out. I suggested home warranty. Then he asked me to come on. I said no. Then we negotiated, and now here I'm here.
So for most folks, and Dana, you and I were talking about this off camera. For most folks, I'll just ask Stephen. Stephen, home warranties for home buyers, is it something that's out there in the zeitgeist? Is it even talked about very much?
I would say it's not that discussed. I don't have regular conversations with my neighbors about it. That's for sure.
Most don't even know what a home warranty is.
Right.
Well, then it's good that we have Dianna here. So Dianna, what's a home warranty? How's it helpful to homeowners? And the other thing that is critical to us, is, we were talking about this earlier, on the AMP platform, Agent Mentorship Platform, we coach and mentor our agents to be the anything home resource for their homeowners, right? This is a big piece of that. And Stephen just confirmed it. I mean, folks aren't thinking about this a lot.
Right.
So tell us about home warranties. How do they work? How much do they cost? What do they cover? And you've got like 30 seconds.
Great. So a home warranty is a contract between a home warranty provider and a homeowner. The contract, if it's in a real estate transaction, it starts at closing. If it's not within a real estate transaction, it starts 30 days after payment is received.
Mhm.
And what it does is it helps cover monetarily failures that occur due to normal wear and tear within the home. These failures, the items that we cover, we like to think of the word peach. So it's plumbing, electric, appliances, cooling, and heating. It's very peachy. Those are the things that home warranties cover. And so if a failure occurs, say your AC stops working and it's 95,000 degrees outside and it's Memorial Day and you're having a cookout, that's what always happens. What would happen is you'd call, file the claim with us. You can call or you can file a claim online. Then you'd pay a $45 service fee. And what that does,
That is a
So
very
low.
low
it
service
is.
fee
Compared to
compared
other
to
home warranty
others.
companies.
Yes, it's the lowest in Central Ohio, actually.
Wow.
So at that time, you pay the $45 trade call fee. We send somebody out usually within 24 hours. We do have a 3-day guarantee, but we haven't had to hit that yet. They tell us what the diagnosis is. They help us determine when the failure occurred, because it has to have occurred within the contract term.
Mhm.
And when the failure occurred and what the failure, why it happened. So
Normal wear and
it
tear.
has to be normal wear and tear.
I can't just kick on my refrigerator door and expect you
Right.
to cover that,
Right. And it kind
which
of
I don't do. but-
good. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah.
Good. Well, and we don't cover cosmetic damages anyway.
Right.
But there's really silly things. If your kid throws the Matchbox car down the toilet, we're going to send a plumber out to help unclog the toilet, but we're not going to cover it because that's something that didn't fail due to normal wear and tear.
Sure.
Or if an AC unit is urinated on by the dog for the past 10 years and it's all rusted out, that's not normal wear and tear.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Two great examples.
It is, yeah.
Another thing too, I think, tell us about, most people think that a home warranty is just for the first year that they own the home.
Right.
Can
So,
explain to that.
so usually it is the first 12 months. And that's, and then, but there's also always with all home warranty companies that I've researched, always offer a renewal option.
Mhm.
Renewal prices vary amongst carriers or companies, but it's always an option. You can always renew, and there at the beginning you can also do a multi-year. So if you're buying a house that has items that are listed on the home inspection report as properly working, but are at the end of its life expectancy, please budget for a replacement. That's when it's so important to get a home warranty,
Mm.
because it might not happen today, it might not happen in 30 days, but it's going to happen sometime sooner than later. And unless you have an extra, say, $3,500 hanging around, you're not going to, it's going to hit your budget. And we're here to help pay for
And
those.
do you cover like new builds as well?
Yes, we actually do cover new builds. A manufacturer, or the new builds will, new builders will provide a 1-year home warranty with appliances and things within your home. 10 years usually for structural. But what SafePro offers is we will start coverage on day 366,
Nice.
and we'll cover it for 2 years for the price of a 1-year plan, which is $649.
Excellent value.
So, refrigerator, range, microwave, dishwasher. You can add washers and dryers.
Mm-hmm.
Your furnace, your air conditioning unit, and
Mm-hmm.
electrical and plumbing issues.
Right.
What about
$45.
what about like add-ons, rural properties, wells, septic,
Right.
stuff like that?
We have a well and septic system add-on. It's $69, and then we also have roof coverage. That's $150 with a $1,500 limitation, and the limitation is what we will pay up to. And actually, what's really cool about our roof coverage that no other home warranty company has is we'll cover up to 19 shingles, 1 whole run of gutter, and 3 pieces of vinyl siding that might need to be repaired. So we're not going to cover a whole roof.
Yeah, but we get that a lot. When you said that
Mhm.
just now, Dan and I's eyes lit up. We get a lot of, reach the average end of its lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. There may be some nail heads that need to be
Mhm.
tarred over, or some
Right.
flashing needs to be adjusted, or some shingles that need to be woven in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perfect example of how you can kind of tune up a roof
Right.
rather than ask the seller to replace it, which they're not going to
Right.
do, or have to replace yourself anytime soon.
Right.
So that's a great bit of coverage.
It is. It is. And our roofing partner will go out. If the inspector says there might be some issues, he'll go out, get on the roof for free, and tell you what needs to be done.
Mhm.
And a lot of times it's not a
Fantastic.
full replacement.
Hmm.
So
And you
yeah.
service all the areas in just Ohio? Do you do rural areas as well?
Yes, there's a lot of home warranty companies that have a hard time servicing the rural areas, but we've built great partnerships all over Ohio. We have a great business up in Marion. We're getting into the Bell Fountain Indian Lake area, where I think that it's a great opportunity for us, and I think that it's really a kind of an untapped market. Like, yes, there might not be as many people there, but it's a big area.
Hmm.
So, and they need coverage too.
Absolutely.
So we,
Great
we
benefit.
can do
Well,
that.
we really enjoy presenting all of the different aspects of the real estate world on
Mhm.
the AMP podcast. So this is a big, important piece of it. Really appreciate you kind of being here and sharing some
Thank
stuff
you.
with us.
The one last thing that I'd like to mention is that there are several home warranty companies out there that will depreciate the value of older systems and appliances, and we do not do that. For instance, if a furnace is, say, 15 years or older, they certain companies will only put, say, $1,000 towards that. As SafePro, we'll still put the $3,500
Good
towards
to
it.
know.
We don't care how old it is; doesn't matter to us.
And it's replaced with like kind.
Correct.
So if it's an upgrade, then your client can just pay the difference.
Correct.
Mhm.
Exactly. And that's for all parts that are covered. There, some of our competition won't let people, like if you have a Carrier air conditioner right now and you want to upgrade to a Train, they won't let you do that. That's not an option, but we will.
Okay.
We'll just pay you whatever it costs to replace the Carrier, and then
Yeah.
the homeowner would be covered.
That presumes
Where's-
that Train
Yeah.
is better than Carrier. We're not making any
No.
judgments on this podcast, guys. Just
How easy
That's
is
right.
it for like a real estate agent to connect with you and your team and actually like order a home warranty? What's that process look like?
They can call us, they can call me, they can text me, they can send me a message via Carrier pigeon, whatever they like. You can also order it online. Online is probably the easiest. Online, you can find our brochure, you can find our terms and conditions. There's tips, all kinds of stuff you can find online. It's very user friendly. You just go to safeprohomewarranty.com and click on order a warranty, or click on brochure, or click on terms and conditions, and it all populates quickly. It's very easy. Or you can call me at 614-701-8575. Again, 614-701-8575. Or email me at Dianna, Dianna, at safeprohw.com.
Love it.
absolutely love that. Guys, we're going to take our first commercial break. Dianna, thank you so much for being here. We're going to bother you for the rest of the podcast for sure. This podcast is Safe and Sound, the AMP mentorship or agent mentorship platform podcast. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on all your podcast libraries. And our first commercial break is sponsored by Vault Title Services. Vault Title is our title company. They're outstanding as it relates to service for all things title. So do not hesitate to get a hold of Carly Lear or one of the folks at Vault Title, and we will be right back.
Thank you to our sponsor, Vault Title. The way they can help you is prior to closing, Vault Title will conduct your title search, coordinate all the aspects of the title services with the appropriate parties. They're going to prepare all your necessary documents, schedule your settlement. During the closing, they're going to be accounting for all your funds, reviewing closing documents, dispersing all the mortgage loan and sale proceeds. And after closing, they're going to satisfy all lender requirements, record your transfer documents, and issue your title insurance policy. Whether you're a buyer or seller or an agent looking for a great title company, reach out to Vault Title today, 614-324-2580, or email them team@vault-title.com.
Welcome back to the AMP podcast. That stands for Agent Mentorship Platform, available on all your iHeart and favorite Apple platforms. We're joined again today by Dianna Silver with Safe Pro Home Warranty.
Hi.
Hi. And Dana Kitchin, one of my cohorts and co-leaders. There's a bunch of us on the AMP leadership team, but you got two of us here today. We're going to roll right into segment 2. And this is our action plan segment, and it's sponsored again by Safe Pro Home Warranty. Thank you for that. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. This is a segment where we're going to talk about just some actionable steps that, as a real estate agent, growing your business, new agent, experienced agent, that you can take out there in the real estate world to keep your business growing, to be able to sustain it and maintain it. So we're going to start with, and these are notes that, oh, I love this. This must have been chosen for me. I absolutely love this. Dana, I'm going to hit you up first.
Okay.
What would be an actionable step that you would suggest or recommend to an agent out there who's either new or experienced and they want to grow their business?
Social networking events. And it's interesting that Diana's here today because she is the social networking event guru. You will, if you do not already follow her on social media, you should, because her face is all over Central Ohio and she's doing amazing things for our community and our clients. So I think getting out there, building relationships with business partners, whether it's a home warranty company, a title company, lender, just getting your name out there, because ultimately, like in this industry, when I need some assistance with my client, I'm going to call Dianna, just like I did this week. I helped one of our agents connect with her to get a home warranty. He was writing a contract and wasn't sure who to go with. I said, I got your girl. Call her. So I think that really helps us build, collaborate with all of the other vendors in this industry. And that's really important.
So here's what I hear you saying. In this situation that we call real estate transactions, you've got all these people on the team. You've got yourself, the other agent, a home warranty company, an inspector, a title person, the buyer's lender. And to get out and network with these folks and establish some trusted relationships is just something that's critical
Well,
to real
trusted is
estate.
the word because then your client feels better
Yeah.
that you have a close relationship with the home warranty company. If your client, because our relationships don't stop at closing. They literally just start.
That's for
So if
sure.
I have a client that, is having an issue with their refrigerator or plumbing, they're going to call, I want them to call me and I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to send Dianna a quick text message and kind of touch base with her. That lets them relax and lets them feel more at ease. And now they trust you even more, which also ends up being another referral for another client.
Mhm.
It's just like a snowball effect. It really helps us build our business in this industry. And we're partnering with great, great people.
I love it.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts, Dianna?
I think that it's very important when you're at the networking events to ask important questions and to listen to the answer because you never know when you're going to hear a lead. You just have to listen for it.
Absolutely.
So I think that's very important, and that's some of the things, or that's one of the things, biggest thing that I've learned doing all this networking is when you're having these conversations and they say, well, my grandparents have decided they're going to move to Florida. So in my head, who am I going to, there's obviously a realtor that's going to be involved there. There's also going to be a lender. Then there might be a moving company, and all of just think and then be able to refer your trusted partners to them. And it just solidifies that relationship.
Absolutely.
It's all about being of assistance.
Mhm.
The example you used just now, we enter into these networking events. There's nothing specific on our minds necessarily. Hey, I'm just there to have fun with you guys, get to know you, be curious about you, you're curious about me, and share information. But you brought up a really good point, and Dana and I have talked about this before. We don't enter into situations and walk up to people and say, if you're buying or selling a house, I'm here to help you.
Right.
All we're trying to do is be of assistance to people with anything home. So
Right.
if your radar's up and you hear something like that, we've got the connections. That's a great point. It's just, I
Mhm.
just want to help you.
Yes.
Yeah. If it
And the
turns,
community. It's not even just about
yeah.
building your business. I know you do a lot of community
Mhm.
events, school
Yep.
stuff, different things like that. So absolutely.
Good stuff. Anything else on that?
I don't think so. It's just being involved. And when you think about who you want to be involved with, think about where those people are and go there.
Stephen, networks that Sycamore Studios has used to grow this business. Can you think of any? Or did I put you on the spot? Or
Yeah.
both?
You put me on the spot, but networks, I mean, for us, it started off with a lot of people in the film industry.
Yeah.
And then it's actually it's funny. We network through people coming in like you who are podcasters, and usually as a podcast guest, right? And this is your first time you even learned that there's a podcast studio place that exists. So we typically start off in film, have kind of moved more towards chamber meetings and networking events, and even just getting people in the door, right? Just that kind of.
So your business has grown by word of mouth from podcasters like us.
Oh, a ton.
Love
Number
that.
one reason. Yeah.
Good for you. Thanks for taking a minute. Next actionable step that we would want to coach people up on. So of late, we have numerous newer agents that are joining the AMP platform, and we also have a number of experienced agents that are joining the AMP platform. And because of the approach we take with being of assistance, growing your business in an organic way, sphere, this kind of generates a lot of, I guess, excitement for agents who are looking for a reboot. One of our agents, his name is Eric, came on board about 2 months ago, and we started talking about getting a hold of his closed clients.
An agent who's been around for
13 years.
Yeah. Needed
Yeah.
a refresh, was ready for a refresh.
Right. So we got 6 people that are willing to help him. The agent mentorship platform is certainly responsible for making agents better faster. That's our mission statement. So Eric and I were talking, and we came up with a very simple, and it's going to sound like, yeah, well, we do that all the time. A comparable market analysis or an RPR report sent to all of your closed clients. And he started there. It gives that client a ton of information on average sales in the neighborhood, some ratings on the school systems. The whole neighborhood and community is included in this. And it's a beautiful report. And it's a wonderful, hey, here's some info. You know, I helped you buy your house 2 or 3 years ago. By the way, this is what it's worth today. So it really fits in well with, I just want to kind of keep you updated and be of
And
assistance.
stay connected with them.
There you go. So tell us about what you mean by that.
Well, that particular client may not be interested in selling right now, but they might know a friend who wants to sell or a neighbor who wants to sell. And they also think, my real estate agent is thinking about me,
Yes.
and they still like me, and they still, are here for me for guidance. And so maybe I should call them because now my home warranty is getting ready to expire,
There you
or
go.
now, I might want to refinance because I bought my house at a higher rate. So they're still within your window and they're still within your reach as a client, whether
Yeah.
they're closed or not. They're still your clients.
And you said it earlier, and we'll just kind of end this segment with this. And I believe this with all my heart. You said it well. Our job starts at closing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we want to take care of these folks for the rest of their lives. We're their real estate agent for life. So I love what Eric's doing with the RPR report. Stay in touch with your clients, guys. Communicate with them. It's a great free service. Anything to add there, Dianna?
I agree.
Would you like to know how much your home is worth right now?
I actually
Dana
wouldn't
can send
mind,
you.
except actually, I live in Union County, so we're not going to talk about that right
The
now.
taxes.
Yes. But I think staying in front of people is an absolute must.
Absolutely. Hmm.
All right, guys, we're going to roll right into segment 3 of the AMP podcast. Again, it's season 2, episode 8. This is the Agent Spotlight. It's sponsored by Vault Title. We're tickled to death to have Vault Title on board and doing all the title services for our agents. Dana, who is your Agent Spotlight for this particular segment?
My agent spotlight is Kenny Stuckey. Now, who does not love Kenny Stuckey?
Everybody loves Kenny.
Everyone loves Kenny. Kenny and his partner Kate, they're K&K Homes. They've had their license for about a year,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit longer.
Mhm.
They both work in the full-time industry. They both have full-time jobs.
Mhm.
Not real estate industry, but we're all full-time real estate agents.
That's
but
right.
they have full-time jobs outside of real estate. But and really, I'm talking about Kenny, but I'm also talking about Kate too.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Kate.
So when I say Kenny got his license last year, he called me right away about wanting to do an open house, and that was like September or October of last year.
Mm-hmm.
He came to an open house and he was like a sponge. He has not stopped doing open houses. And when I say not stopped, Kenny and Kate, they do 2 open houses every single weekend.
Mm.
Wow.
They are crushing it. And not to mention, again, they have full-time jobs. And they're on every training call that AMP offers. They have taken this agent mentor platform and they are abusing us in a good way.
They are utilizing
They
the
are
tools
utilizing
that
the
we
tools
are
that we're
coaching
giving
them.
them,
Yeah.
and they are crushing it. And what I do love about Kenny too is that he's very meticulous. He's an engineer by trade,
Sure is.
and he's a numbers guy. He just did a great training segment with you last week about the math. And what I also love about him is that he asks a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he knows, he might already know the answer, but he's still going to ask the question. Not only, this shows you what kind of businessman he is too. He may already know the question, the answer to the question, but he's going to ask the question because somebody else is afraid to ask the question.
Yes.
And he just wants to get that question out there.
Yes.
I've been working with him a lot this last week. He's writing an offer, and primarily they've been working with a lot of buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's working with a special buyer who's his sister, and he just wanted to make sure that this really went well. So we've spent a lot of time Zooming this week, and he doesn't really need me because he knows what he's doing, but I think he just wanted the reassurance. But what I love about him is that he's just very meticulous, and he just wants to make sure he's doing the right thing, and he certainly is doing the right thing. But he's doing a great job, and I think just want to give him a good shout out. He's working really hard. So
Well done,
great job,
Kenny.
Kenny,
Good work.
keep it up.
Yeah. Agent Spotlight for me is Adolphia Matthews. Adolphia joined the agent mentorship platform.
Been a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably 2.5 years ago. And she, very much like Kenny, is one of those agents who has absorbed what we've taught her.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't hear from her as much, right? I mean, we have classes on the second and fourth Thursday, 4 Tuesdays, a Saturday morning. They can Zoom one-on-one with me, Gina, or Justin. She's available 24/7. So we have a lot of different ways to connect. She's on calls on occasion, but I haven't heard from Adolphia for a while, and she just continues to do transactions and have a blast. So she's absorbed what we've coached her on. When she has questions, she reaches out, but she's beginning to grow her business.
Yeah,
in a very
I noticed that
way.
she's been out there. She's been resurfacing a lot lately,
Yes.
and she's coming, showing up at the open house trainings, and
Yes.
picking up a lot of open houses that people post on our social media sites. So she's doing a great job.
She's doing a really good job.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you, Adolphia. Really, really good work. We're very proud of you, and thank you for being a part of the team. Appreciate it. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. This particular segment is sponsored by Covita Lending, so don't hesitate to reach out to Steve Beskid, but we'll be back here in about 2 minutes.
Quick shout out to our lender, Covita Lending. Guys, in today's marketplace, there are many lending options. So why choose Covita? At Covita, they ease the burden of financing by offering a worry-free transaction from pre-approval to close, keeping you educated, updated, and in the know every step of the way. That's Covita Lending's pledge to you. Reach them at 740-255-6220 or email steve@covitalending.com.
Welcome back to the AMP Podcast, guys. I'm Mark Dandrea, the Doctor of Real Estate. I'm joined by Dana Kitchin, your Agent Plus, and Dianna Silver
Hi.
from Safe Pro. This particular segment is Ask the Coach, and it is sponsored by Covita Lending. So Ask the Coach. In this segment, we talk about questions that we have been asked by agents, actual field questions. And so, Dana, I want to start with you. What have you been asked about lately, or what's on your mind as it relates to Ask the Coach?
Well, this kind of like dovetails back from our previous segment when we were talking about networking events.
Mhm.
So I get asked a lot, like how do you bring up a conversation about real estate in a public setting? So that's kind of like when you're in a public setting of a networking event. Um,
And real estate doesn't come up. Is
right.
that what you mean?
Well,
So
basically,
if
like,
you're not asked, hey, how's the real estate market?
right. How do you bring it up if you're at a family cookout or graduation party or, some kind of now we're going to be going into the holiday season.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Let's clarify something. Again, we don't walk into parties or social events and, look at everybody and have
Say,
got a
I'm a
dollar.
realtor.
Yeah, you got a dollar sign above your head. Let me see if I can help you buy or sell a house. I think this question is that you were asked, how do I bring up a conversation about real estate in a public setting? It's not necessarily the intention of doing it. It's just, how does it normally come up? So how does it come up for you? I mean, you've been doing this now for 3.5 years, so it's probably a little
4.
easier. 4.5, sorry.
Yes, okay.
Trying to make you younger.
Of course. I'll take
How does
that.
it come up for you?
So my big thing is I do a lot for my clients, whether they're pop buys or during the holidays. I bring them goodies or something, I don't know, or closing gifts. And often I'm at, a craft store, I don't know if I can name them, but I might be at a craft store picking up a
Mhm.
bunch of stuff. And someone will say, oh, what are you making? And I'll say, well, I'm a real estate agent
Mhm.
and I'm making a closing gift for my client. Oh, really? Yeah. So I kind of bring it up in those settings as well.
Sure.
But um, if I'm in a family gathering or, a group setting where some people might know that I'm a real estate agent, some might not, I always bring up the question if there's someone that I don't really know or someone I'm, getting, reacquainted with, I may ask them what they do for their job.
Yeah, how's work going?
How's work going for you? What do you, and that always has a turnaround question. I say, well, how's your job? It looks like on social media that you're a real estate agent. And that's how those conversations come up because I'm out there publicly on social media platforms. So I get out there and that's how I bring up these conversations. But my favorite ones are out in non-family areas, whether it's the hairdresser. Well, my daughter does my hair and she does a great job of it. But whether it's, at a salon or, a public place, I somehow always bring up, get the conversation going, or I'm wearing my badge. I'm not a secret agent, so I'll wear my badge, and people bring up that conversation. Oh, how's the real estate industry?
Well, it's interesting to me that, and we, because we're coaches and mentors, we kind of break things down a little bit. But think about every conversation you've ever had your entire life. There are 3 elements to it. People are curious about each other. You give information, and usually you get information. So it's just a
It's a
conversation.
conversation.
How's work? You're sincerely
Mhm.
curious,
Mhm.
listening,
Mhm.
taking notes, mental notes, if nothing else. And generally speaking, if you're just having a conversation and being yourself, it's going to come around to real estate. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I'm tickled by the way you kind of said, I just ask people, how's work going?
How's work going?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reciprocity. They're going to ask you, how's work going? And if they don't know what you do,
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Mm-hmm. Or people will often ask me too, like, oh, even if I'm calling to make a doctor's appointment or some kind of appointment, they'll say, what is your schedule like? And I'll say, well, I work from home because I'm a real estate agent. I always plug that in because you never know. They
You're
might.
just telling the truth.
I'm
I
just
just love it.
telling the truth. Like I had to make an appointment the other day for next week, and she said, "Well, what do you prefer, mornings, afternoons?" I said, "I'm flexible because I'm a real estate agent and I work from home." Oh, okay. So I always work the conversation into there.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Any thoughts there, Diana?
Um,
Peachy?
I just think that it's very important to listen.
Mm.
Just listen to what people are saying, and then you can always build off of whatever they're saying. But I do the same. I ask how work's going all the time. Y- it and I think that the biggest thing is it doesn't matter who you're talking to.
Mm.
It can be anybody. It could be the cashier at the grocery store.
Sure.
I think that you can get information out of all of them, and it's all important if you just listen. And
I think if I were you in your industry, I would hang out at like appliance stores and listen.
hey, I'm
to
single
people.
too, so you never know.
You never know.
Just kidding. Not really, but
That is not the question I was asked about. I'm single and in Columbus, Ohio. What do I do?
I don't
Here-
need Dianna Silver.
Here's
We're
the
safe, bro.
here's
It's adorable.
Here's the question that I've gotten a lot of late. Mark, I'm not from here.
Mm.
How do I develop a sphere? The agent mentorship platform is certainly based upon working with the folks that like, know, and trust you, or communicating and nurturing to grow that number of people. So I'm not from here, or I moved here 2 years ago. Here are my thoughts. You've got folks in your phone.
Mhm.
Certainly, you know someone. You have folks on your Facebook. You have folks at work. You have folks you went to school with. You have folks you went to college with. None of them may be here, but I would still start with that. Now, let's just take, you've been here for 2 years. In the last 2 years, have you met anyone, Dana? Anyone at all? Of course you have.
Of course I have.
So
Because I go to networking events.
yeah. So we can go down the networking road. We can go down the geofarming road, where the community that you live in, you can begin to develop that as your network of friends. But there are just dozens of ways to get some traction as it relates to building a business. You don't have to be from here.
Mm-mm.
I am blessed as a business owner. I was born and raised here. However, hundreds of my clients are not from here. They were not friends before we became friends. They're certainly not relatives or family. So building perhaps the definition of sphere is what people get caught up in. Your sphere is anybody you know, whether you grew up here or not.
Mm-hmm.
So start with your phone. Start with where you work. Start with where you work out. If you go to the gym, go with the places that are in your life right now and build from there. And if you join the Agent Mentorship platform, we'll teach you all kinds of ways to connect and communicate and grow trust with everybody you meet. So that's your
I have a
secret.
comment about that too.
Yeah.
If you are new and you're like, I know there's an agent from the Dayton market with Red One who's on the AMP platform. Her name is Millie. She goes by Millie.
Yep.
We've reached out a few times, and she
Amelia's
just
a
recently
blast.
moved here from Indiana, so she was having that same concern, like how is she going to like build her sphere? And I said, you can do referrals in Indiana.
Hmm.
You don't have. We get paid. I do a lot of referrals for out of state family members, out of state friends.
Absolutely.
You don't have to. You can start. There's a lot of real estate agents that work on referrals only, that do referrals only. They don't even, they're whether they're at the end of their career and they just want to kind of be low key. But I write a lot of referrals,
Mm.
and why not? We get paid for them, so
Yep.
might as well do that. And that might be a good way to start as you're starting to build your business in your local area. But if you are born and raised in a small town in Indiana, keep working in that sphere as well. Like you said, it's who you know. It's not where you know them, like where they are currently.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's not the largest concern when starting a real estate business.
Right.
It just isn't,
I agree.
because we'll get you going. Guys, we're going to transition, if I could speak English, we're going to transition into the Market Pulse, also sponsored by Covita Lending. Dana, why don't you tell us what interest rates are today?
Ooh, interest
approximately.
rates did a little bit of a drop, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
We're down to 6.61%.
And we've got new home builders out there offering as low as 2.99
9
up to
lot of buy-down
6.61.
rates. Yeah, lots of options. So.
Yep. Inventory, 5,421. You and I know this. We'll teach Diana this. Interest rates and inventory do not drive our
Do
market.
not drive our market.
But it's fun to know that, right? As an expert, it's fun to know. There's about 5,500 houses on the market right now, and interest rates are at 6.5. Days on market is also starting to come down. Dana,
About 30.
Yeah,
30 days on market.
that was. I think this is probably a mixture of both, but communities kind of in town about 16 days, and then out in the country kind of was 42. So I think we kind of blended those together for an average days on market of 30.
That might change a little bit too. People are back in school now, so
Yeah,
people might start.
there's a focus.
They're gonna say, okay, now I have a couple months till the holidays start, so start picking those. Let's go find a house now and get in before the holidays. So
Makes sense. Guys, we're going to take one more break. This is the AMP podcast, the Agent Mentorship Platform podcast. Goodness, I have had way too much of this. Agent Mentorship Platform podcast, otherwise known as AMP. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the AMP podcast. We want to give a quick shout out to one of our great sponsors at Safe Pro Home Warranty. Diana and Clayton have got you covered. If you move into your house within the first year and something goes wrong, like your hot water tank, your air conditioner, your furnace, they are going to help you cover the cost of that so you don't have to do the whole thing out of pocket. So reach out to Diana and Clayton today to get your coverage set up at Safe Pro Home Warranty. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to the AMP podcast. Mark Dandrea, the doctor of real estate, joined by Dianna Silver with Safe Pro and Dana Kitchin, one of my partners in crime. Guys, thanks for joining us here on the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This last segment is Mindset Matters. It's sponsored by Red One Realty, our broker. Guys, we love it at Red One.
the best.
It is. I've been in real estate for 33 years, a lot of brokerages out there. I have found my home at Red One, and I will fall over one day with my license still at Red One. Mindset Matters. So this is just practical advice on kind of handling rejection, staying organized, a work-life balance, making sure that you have time for family, faith, social life, and your work outside of real estate. So, Dana, what is your Mindset Matters comment of the day?
Just to kind of find your niche, kind of
Is it niche or niche?
niche.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it niche or niche?
No,
Steven,
I'm going with
or
niche. Niche.
Niche.
Niche is what I think.
Very good.
It just makes you feel better if you kind of know your niche, and then you can focus on that and you become an expert. So it makes you less stressed
Hmm.
and helps you maintain your work-life balance.
Mm.
Whether it's you get up every morning, take a walk, you get up every morning and do some prospecting, you wake up every day, take a break, whatever it is. Mine's retail therapy.
Love that.
Don't tell Rich that.
Nope.
Mm.
You're in a living.
Yep, absolutely.
So find your niche. Find your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Focus on that. Find something you're passionate about. Spend 10,000 hours becoming an expert, and then go out and crush it.
Absolutely.
Love that. Mindset matters. I say this a lot, so I'm going to repeat it here. There is no such thing. So let me start over. A lot of newer agents come into the business, and there are, of course, experienced agents who have been in the business for a while, and they have work outside of real estate.
I was there once.
Yes.
Mhm.
I remember when you came to me. I've told that story. I can't wait to repeat it. I love it. So there's two sides to this. I've heard this from many brokerages. Won't name any of them. That would be indiscreet. Where when they are recruiting new agents, their insistence that the agent is, I'm going to use air quotes now, full-time, or we just don't have any interest in bringing you on board. I do not understand that. I never have and never will. You said it earlier, Dana. You can be an agent, either new or experienced, with work outside of real estate or not, and your life is going to drive you towards the number of transactions per year that you're able to conduct. So you could be doing between 1 and 9, say the average is 8, or 10 to 19, the average is 14, and you could be a 20-pluser. The point behind that is your life is what drives that. You got a family, you got faith, even if it's in yourself, you've got a social life. And if you have work outside of real estate, there's only so many hours in the day. So after having said all that, I'll say this one more time. There is no such thing as a part-time real estate agent. Don't think of yourself as such if you have work outside of real estate. When you are focused on assisting your clients, whether it's 2 or 3 a year or 10 or 12 or 33, they have your full-time expertise and attention. Guys, there's no such thing as a part-time agent, and don't let anybody pigeonhole you like that. And if you have work outside of real estate and you want to join a great brokerage, it's Red One. And if you want to have the support that's going to help you to manage your time better with family, faith, social life, and work outside of real estate, join us on AMP. We're tailor-made for that. So no such thing as part-time.
Nope.
Get it through your head.
Sounds like that'd be a great place to start with your little sphere is
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
your
The
workplace.
work
Yeah.
that you have.
Mhm.
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, listen to this podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms. We also have a website, agentmentorshipplatform.com. You can get a hold of me, Mark Dandrea, the Doctor of Real Estate, at 614-395-6275 or drrealestate1@gmail.com. Dana, you want to get your contact info?
Yeah. You can reach me at Dana. Oh my goodness, I have a mind blank there. My phone number is area code 937-287-3690. Dana.
Kitchin.
No, that's my personal.
That's your
email.
personal one.
Yes.
Sorry. I have both for you.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Dana at columbusrealtor@gmail.com.
Diana, contact info.
614-701-8575 or Dianna, Dianna at safeprohw.com.
Stephen, anything from you?
Yeah, why don't you look us up at thesycamorestudio.com?
I love it. Our sponsors today, Vault Title, Covita Lending, and Safe Pro Home Warranties. Guys, thanks so much for joining us on the AMP podcast. We'll see you again here real soon. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.